Hello, class, and welcome to the week one, which is the Introduction to System Certification Accreditation. This week, we're going to go over the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and we'll also look at why these different regulations and policies are important to our organizations and important to us as IT professionals. When you read the introduction, it talks about Enron. Actually, back when Enron was in its heyday, I was working at WorldCom, and we're in a similar situation. I'm sure you've read about Bernie Evers. I've heard about Bernie Evers at WorldCom, but anyway, the Sarbanes-Oxley deals with executives having to certify, the books basically at the lowest level. Of course, in the chapter, we'll look more in depth into the Sarbanes-Oxley Act and look at the benefits of certification, and possibly through the assignments, you'll look at, how that act could be improved. And hopefully, as you're doing research, you look at today, there's been a lot of talk of adding more consumer protections and investor protections by the Congress. And so you can look at those as well as you're doing your research. The readings for this week include IT governance, International Guide to Data Security, and ISO 27001 and 02. And believe it or not, my title used to be IT Governance Senior Manager, I believe in 2006. And, I worked in telecommunications, so we also had FCC regulations, but Sarbanes-Oxley impacts every company that's publicly traded. And so anyway, chapter one will go introduction, why information security is necessary. Chapter two will be corporate governance code, FRC risk guidance, and Sarbanes-Oxley. Then chapter three will be ISO 27001, and chapter four will be organizing information security. There's also the information security management system of novel framework and software as a tool for compliance and information security standard. And then there's, you can look at the 2020, the Global Knowledge is 15 top paying IT certifications. And so, this is required by every public traded organization. Even if you're not public traded, you still have to follow certain certifications based on your industry. There's LinkedIn Learning. If you haven't used LinkedIn Learning, they have some really good resources. You can see that, from my introduction that, I've been on LinkedIn. As an IT professional or any profession, you really should be, using LinkedIn, but their learning is pretty good. But anyway, this transition to career in cybersecurity, if you're in cybersecurity, career field, or you're looking to move to cybersecurity, it's a good lesson plan, and it just talks about transitioning, either to an IT career or a non-IT career, different interview strategies, etc. Then look inside the CISSP domains, and then there's a recommended resource, a little more on from LinkedIn, the Accounting Foundation's internal controls, increasing financial statement integrity. So the main thing that Sarbanes-Oxley, does address is financial integrity organizations. Have a couple discussions this week. The first one is the introduction, and this just so your colleagues and I can get to know you a little bit better. And so, normal introduction, but you can talk about your family, friends, your hobbies, your education, church background, things you have done in the past, what you're currently doing, or where you want to be in the future. So you can, for example, for your career, you can talk about where you've been, where you are right now, or what your goals are, and, possibly how the school is going to help you meet those goals. And then, of course, by do your initial post by Thursday, and then by Monday, have 2 replies. And you can easily create a video. There's instructions how to do it. So you could just do a video 4-minute on this introduction. It makes it really simple to do. And then the other discussion, of course, is going to be on Sarbanes-Oxley, our SOX of 2002. And like I said, we'll get into, how can it be modified to protect current stakeholders, and really, expand. Don't just give a definition of Sarbanes-Oxley. Looks for some current examples of how it's impacting organizations, and and provide a robust discussion with your fellow students and colleagues. And then I believe there's one assignment this week, certification information security. And so read that article, 15 top paying jobs from Global Knowledge, and then use the APA format to examine the 8 domains and information security relating to CISSP certification. Choose 3 to 5 of those domains and submit an assignment to them. When you're doing your assignments, make sure that you're looking at the rubrics. I follow the rubrics, down to a T when I'm grading the papers. So, correctly list, 3 to 5 of the domains, show how important those domains are to the organization and to the success of the organization. Then make sure your paper is organized and readable. Please use the library for references and citations. And also, you can contact the library and they'll help you with your writing. The library is a great resource. And of course, there's other resources out there like Grammarly and Turnitin. And that's the main focus of week 1. So there's a couple discussions in this 1,000-page paper. And so, make sure that you're, like I said, following the rubrics. Appreciate if you submit your assignments on time. Your fellow students will appreciate if you enter the discussion post as well. That way they can, get their discussions done. I try to encourage all students, try to get the assignments done prior to the weekend. And that way your weekends are free, or the weekend you're working on your next week's goals. If you have any questions, my email box is always open. I check in the morning and the evening, pretty much throughout the day too. And so it's always open. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I look forward to responding and reading your discussions. Again, hope you enjoy the class and enjoy this first week. And we'll talk to you all soon.